Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Friday, February 23rd, 2018. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Among the announcements made on Thursday, February 22nd, during the Honorable Mark Brantley's first press conference as Premier, was that the Nevis Island Administration has a new legal advisor. Helen Lewis, who now holds the post, will oversee and provide guidance to the government on all legal matters.
She's a native of Trinidad and Tobago, where she's been married to a well-known Nevisian for many years and holds St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship. She's an English qualified lawyer of some more than 25 years standing at the bar. She hitherto lived in the British Virgin Islands, where she was the founding partner of Simonet Lewis, a boutique law practice doing commercial work there. She has been involved in various litigation matters before the Commercial Court and the Court of Appeal. She's an expert in financial services and has been a leading member and chair of STEP, that's the Society of Trust and Estate Practitioners, the trust industry's leading international organization. Mrs. Lewis has worked in her native Trinidad and Tobago as State Counsel in the Office of the Attorney General and as legal advisor to the Ombudsman and to the leader of the opposition there. She has also served as Senior Crown Counsel and Acting Attorney General of the Turks and Caicos Islands. She has served as President of the BVI Bar Association and as Vice President of the OECS Bar Association. I have advised our legal advisor to move with haste to operationalize integrity in public life legislation passed since 2013 and to draft for the consideration of the Cabinet freedom of information legislation to go to the House shortly.
Lewis will replace Colin Tyrrell.
Colin Tyrrell has been named as Special Advisor in the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. I want to register our gratitude to Mr. Tyrrell for his service to the island and to the Cabinet as legal advisor. We know that he will bring his full knowledge and expertise to bear to assist Minister Eric Evelyn, our new Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport.
Jervan Swanston, Acting General Manager of the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC, says the recent adverse weather conditions of high winds and rain have negatively impacted the company's electrical grid. As a result, members of the public, more particularly customers on the Cotton Ground feeder, have been experiencing frequent power outages.
This feeder is due for an upgrade as there are multiple issues. Our crews are doing their best through processes of isolation in efforts of solving these issues. There have been some hits and misses where we isolated areas that we considered problematic, only to discover that an issue existed elsewhere. With the assistance from Wärtsilä engineers, we are doing a number of checks as it relates to our protective system, and corrective measures will be taken over the weekend. We cannot now give a definite time when these outages will cease.
The Acting General Manager is imploring consumers to safeguard their appliances.
NEVLEC remains resolute to the task of providing quality electrical service to the island of Nevis and apologizes for the inconvenience that are being caused by these outages. We thank you, our customers, for your continued patience and understanding, and we ask that you take all necessary precautions at all times to safeguard your appliances as we seek to deliver a reliable source of power.
NEVLEC Acting General Manager Jervan Swanston. Meantime, a new chairman of the Nevis Electricity Company Limited NEVLEC Board of Directors has been appointed. Premier, the Honorable Mark Brantley, made the announcement during Thursday's press conference.
Mr. Frank Evelyn has been tasked to chair NEVLEC, and the other members of the board shall be published in due course. I wish to publicly thank the Honorable Farrell Smitten for his excellent service to the board as chairman over the past few years. It will now be for Mr. Evelyn and his new board to work closely with management to implement the necessary policies to take NEVLEC forward and upwards.
Premier Brantley, who is also the Minister of Public Utilities, addressed the concern of frequent power outages on the Cotton Ground feeder.
The efforts of our NEVLEC technicians have now been augmented by 2 technicians from Wärtsilä, people that we purchased the engines from, and that they are out there as we speak trying to identify and isolate the problem that causes the system on that side of the island to continually trip. So we are hopeful that that will work, and so my plea to the General Manager and his team is to get on with it, get the problem solved so that we can have some resolution. I have only yesterday evening spoken to Mr. Evelyn, our new chairman of the board, And I've said to him certainly that these are the matters which are for us of paramount importance, because it is critical that our people feel comfortable in their homes and have electricity.
Premier the Honorable Mark Brantley. Still to come,
these sneakers are really part of an effort to start a movement of running among females on the island.
we'll give you the details after this break.
Even though I'm in Taiwan studying,
I stay connected to home by watching local news on NevisTVOnline.com
using my NTV app on my mobile device.
Remember, if you don't see and I don't see, NNC on NTV. Try it now.
Hello, my name is Culturama, the Caribbean's greatest summer line. Most islands have their festival annually, but they call it Carnival. With all those shows, we fete and fun. We party from sun up to sundown. Everybody come now, show the world what we mean when we talk about Culturama. Rocks up, flags up, flags up. Time to wake up for the jam. We coming down early to be morn. Rocks up, flags up, flags up, flags up. Time to jump up in the van.
Welcome back. The Nevis Tourism Authority will on Monday be involved in an event dubbed the Run for Fun Cruises. CEO of the Nevis Tourism Authority, Greg Phillip, told us what the public can expect.
They're bringing a group over from St. Kitts. They're docked in St. Kitts on Monday on a cruise ship. They're coming over on Monday morning to participate in a run that goes from the Samuel Hunkins Drive to Four Seasons and back. It's just a 5K run, but what's significant about this is the fact that it is, first of all, a group that is of 200 runners. They'll come over, they'll participate in this run, and at the end of it, they'll, of course, enjoy Nevis, do a few tours, and have lunch, etc., and then eventually board the charter, the ferry that has been chartered, and go back to St. Kitts to board the ship so that they may leave on time in the afternoon.
Philip says one of the things that is good for Nevis as it relates to the run is that the group tries to find ways to help the community.
While they're here participating, they'll be helping the Nevis Marathon Running Festival's organizers to essentially start a movement to not only support the Marathon Running Festival in September this year, but also to support the health and wellness of people who are here on the island of Nevis.
Included in the group are members of a movement dubbed the Black Girls Run. It aims to encourage and inspire African American women to live a healthy lifestyle.
And the Black Girls Run organization are coming here, and part of what they'll be doing in conjunction with this group is delivering some sneakers to the organization that is Nevis Multisport. And these sneakers are really part of an effort to start a movement of running among females on the island. So it's part of a program that would be facilitated to get females on the island moving, so that essentially they'll have an opportunity to seriously partake in, even if it's only the 5K, during the September Nevis Marathon Running Festival. So it's part of a movement. And just by way of information, the Black Girls Run group, it's a group started back in 2009 in the United States, and they now have 150,000 members strong. And that's very important because it means that it's a movement that is growing, and we now have an opportunity here in Nevis to benefit from that movement and to be a part of it.
The Run for Fun Cruises is set to commence at 10 a.m. on Monday, February 26th. The 15th anniversary celebrations of the Nevision Heritage Village took place on Thursday, February 22nd. During the brief ceremony, 2 of the employees were recognized for their sterling contribution over the years by Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, John Hanley.
The first of these persons has been working at the Nevision Heritage Village since its inception. So at this point in time, I would like to call on Mr. Ganeshram Kistu. Mr. Kistu is a very hard worker, he's very faithful. He has always been there, and he likes to go the extra mile. And I am very delighted to personally give this award to him on behalf of the Ministry of Tourism. The award reads, Nevis Island Administration, Ministry of Tourism, Nevision Heritage Village, 15th Anniversary Celebrations. This award is presented to Mr. Ganeshram Kistu in recognition and appreciation of 15 years of distinguished service. 22nd February 2018.
Hanley also spoke about the second awardee.
The second individual that I would like to call this morning is someone who I referred to earlier as a walking encyclopedia of Nevis culture. And that person is none other than Mr. Theodore Kelly, Nevis Island Administration, Ministry of Tourism, Nevis Heritage Village, 15th Anniversary Celebrations. This award is presented to Mr. Theodore Kelly for loyal and distinguished service as a tour guide. Thank you. 22nd February 2018. Congratulations, Mr. Kelly.
The acting permanent secretary also announced that the ministry will be making numerous additions to the Nevis Heritage Village experience.
As we stand at this 15-year milestone, we ponder the way forward. Our staff and stakeholders have an abundance of ideas and are eager to take the Nevis Heritage Village to the next level, with further beautification, addition of park benches, inclusion of visitor facilities, as well as spaces to host events such as weddings. I wish once again to thank all who have contributed in any way to the development and upkeep of the Nevis Heritage Village, and I congratulate us all as we celebrate.
The Nevis Heritage Village began its operations on February 22nd, 2003. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing.
At a loss as to what's going on in Nevis? Tune into NNC on NTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. When me ANC and you ANC, NNC.